Hello, my little sugar buggers. Welcome back to my channel for a little bit of a Throwback Thursday. Today we're going to be recreating the Alto family from the Sims 3. The Alto family is a family that EA had created in one of their towns. If you guys can remember what town that was, please let me know in the comments down below. So you're going to notice in the lower left hand corner, we're going to have icons of what they originally looked like in The Sims 3. We're going to try to get as close to that as possible by only using game content that has been produced by EA, meaning I'm not going to use any CC or anything like that. If you do decide to download this dysfunctional family from the gallery, you're going to need your CC enabled. Now, I know I just said there was no CC, and there's not, but for some reason, the second you put CC on any sim, it'll automatically say that there's CC involved when there isn't. So why you lying? Gallery? I don't even know anymore, but let's just go ahead and move on. I'm going to tell you the backstory about this family as much as I know of it. So right now we are creating Nick Alto. Nick Alto is a mean, spirited, family-oriented, ambitious man, meaning he really loves his family, but he has a hard time showing it, and he's a mean dude, and he's extremely ambitious. But before I tell you why he is the way that he is, let's just talk about the Alto family in general. So the Altos moved to said city, and they were new rich, meaning like they didn't have old money. This isn't something they amassed, over generations or whatever. This is something that just came in really recently, and all the citizens of said city were kind of questioning them, like, where the hell, no pants, what are you doing up, Dick? We're questioning where the hell did they get all this money from? Well, they had a really unorthodox business practice, meaning they were kind of finagling some simoleons in which it was allowing them to kind of steal a lot of the funds and throw it under the rug, so to speak. And in Vita Alto, which we'll be creating in just a second, Nick's wife, was also kind of in that. So together they are, I guess you could say, Bonnie and Clyde, basically ripping off the citizens, the Sims of, all the cities around the world, in this so-called business practice. Kind of reminds me of the Wolf of Wall Street, just a little bit. But despite his really thick exterior, Nick is a family-oriented guy. He really does love his wife. He really does love his daughter, Holly, who is such a good girl. She's like the angel of the family. I don't know how the hell she became such a goody two-shoes when her mother and her father are just these evil people who are really willing to do anything for a dollar. So, yeah, that's pretty much Nick. Like I said, he's very ambitious, very, goal-getter kind of dude. But unfortunately, his moral code is a little out of whack, I guess you can say. So here we are moving on to Vita Alto, which I absolutely love her name. She's a very snobby, materialistic, snooty woman, and I really meant to give her kind of that snooty walk. I don't remember if I did or I did not, but if I didn't, you totally need to. And again, I'm trying to use what I had to recreate them as close as possible, and even though they don't look identical to how the original Altos did, I freaking love the way that these freaking Sims turned out, because I honestly think Vita in The Sims 3, she's pretty damn scary. Like, she reminds me of a dirty old librarian, like somebody who would be like, you even sneeze and she'll freaking rip off your nose and throw it in the street and watch a bus run over it, like that kind of woman, you know what I mean? She reminds me of an angry librarian, not a dirty one, because, she kind of reminds me of like Mrs. Crumplebottom's long-lost sister. That's what she reminds me of. And in this updated version, the Sims 4 version rather, I kind of gave her a little more of a, Stedford housewife sort of like vibe. I gave her that kind of, thin pencil eyebrows, like she clearly needs a telescopic mirror, and hasn't heard of Anastasia's brow wiz. But anywho, I gave her those eyebrows, and then I also kind of gave her that signature dark kind of cranberry piercing lip. And the thing about the Altos is they're actually not as old as they look. But with all the stresses of scamming people and finagling money out of Sims, that kind of stuff takes time, and it wears and tears on you. But either way, I still really enjoy this family. So here we are, basically creating, their ensembles, trying to recreate as much as I possibly could. It definitely wasn't the easiest thing in the entire world, but hey, I did the best that I could. I also want to know in the comments down below, who do you think we should also recreate in the future? Because I would love to recreate future, Sims 1 family, Sims 2, Sims 3, and all of that jazz. I would also like to bring back Sims 2. Sims 3 is probably never going to come back to my channel, but if I did bring it back, I would have to really reconsider it, and consider and let you guys know that if it ever did come back, who knows for how long, you know? But anyway, we're continuing on with Altos because this isn't about anybody else. I just gave her kind of very put together outfits. You know, some are very like stern looking and old beyond her years, and then there's also some other ones that are just very playful and flirty. And then of course her formal is full glam because, you know, she just recently bought a whole bunch of diamonds with daddy's money, so I don't know. Anyway, you want to know how hard it is to put some freaking makeup on a sim with no CC involved? Girl, I was like, I could use those lashes. I could flick the lips. I could flicker the rest of those eyes. You know what I mean? Like I could make your cheekbones chisel like the Stone Age. Damn, why are you doing this to me? But no, okay? We just basically, we made it look like she just exfoliated too hard and she sucked the juice out of a cranberry. That's what we had to do here, people. You make the best with what you can. So I made her insane too, because you've got to be a certain level of freaking crazy to do the things that you do when it comes to, you know, ripping off other people in the community. So here we go, moving on to Holly. Good golly, Miss Holly. She is such a goody two-shoes, and I love the way how she turned out. As you can see, I really when I want to create, you know, kids, I do actually use the genetic tool. I don't recreate just a random sim and say, hey, you're magically related. So I had to like randomize as much as I possibly could to go ahead and figure out how I was going to make the Holly from the Sims 3 look like the Holly in the Sims 4. And even though there obviously are some differences, like I said, I was going for bold. I was going for a little bit more, you know, prettiest Sims here and there. Is my kitty finally on the bed? Oh my god, you guys. I wanted to wring his little gato neck because it's every time I film. Mommy, I want attention. Mommy, look what I can do. Ooh, pretty mommy. What's this? And he freaking bites my socks, runs around my chonies like you don't understand, man. He's got me messed up. But anyway, Holly, like I said, she's a good girl. She's really into her studies. She's really into life. She's that kind of little one that just loves everything. She kind of reminds me of Snow White. She loves animals. She just is such a good-hearted person. And she does love her family because it's all she kind of knows. But best believe, when she does turn 18, she's out of there. She is so out of there. Like cars on a racetrack, you know what I mean? She just wants to get out of her family's control because she knows what they're doing. She's not stupid, and she doesn't want her future ruined because of what her family decided to do. So I really wanted to advocate that and give her kind of very simplistic, simple looks, because Holly really hasn't been able to experiment because Nick has her under such a freaking heavy thumb that he doesn't let her wear certain things. And the fact that she's even wearing a bikini right now, guys, is kind of shocking to me. But I think that's pretty much it. You guys can continue on their story and tell me how they live their lives in The Sims 4 and what other cool things they endure. So if you guys are interested in picking up this family, they will be on my gallery at Gen2606. And here are a couple pictures, and I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun doesn't shine. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.